Another proud example of Catholic education is Holyoke native and Holyoke Catholic graduate, Father Thomas O'Connor, who last year was elected the third abbot of Glastonbury Abbey in Hingham, Massachusetts. Just prior to his installation last summer, Peggy Weber traveled to the eastern part of the state to talk with him about his new position and how his alma mater shaped his vocation.
Life has funny twists and turns, and sometimes one decision, or letter, or comment leads to a different outcome, a changed life. This was certainly the case for Father Thomas O'Connor, the abbot of Glastonbury Abbey. As a senior at Holyoke Catholic, he had applied to one college seminary, only to learn that it was closing. So he contacted another place.
And the day of the prom, this letter arrived, and the letter said, "We regret to inform you that we have reached our quota for the year." I bet you they don't send that letter anymore.
But in 1968, the seminary was full, and young Tommy O'Connor went to see Mr. McGurk, his guidance counselor at Holyoke Catholic, who said,
"Well, Tom, I just got this thing from a place called Glastonbury Monastery."
So he applied to this picturesque place, which was founded in 1954.
And then I came here, and basically the rest is history, because I really loved being here. I enjoyed the prayer schedule. I enjoyed the communal aspects, you know, because it was kind of like a family, and what we were doing.
The third of 5 children, Tom said he was used to community living, and he said he was inspired by his parish priest at the former Holy Rosary Parish.
You know, I think it was the priest in the parish. We had the pastor that was pastor, as long as I could remember, it was Father Sullivan, and he was just a good man. He was kind of like a grandfather figure.
He said other parish priests and the priest at Holyoke Catholic also influenced him.
The thing is, they were doing something. They were touching people's lives, you know, and sometimes they didn't know how they were touching people's lives, but they were influencing them in some way, you know. So the thing is, it's kind of like I really liked it, and you could tell that people were really, they benefited from it greatly.
The motto of their order in Latin is Ora et Labora, prayer and work. The monks do various jobs during the day. They make soaps, which are sold at the monastery gift shop. They raise goats. They tend several gardens and share their property with neighbors for a community garden. They also host retreats and offer theological courses and prayer workshops. But always there is the ringing of the bell and the call to prayer.
I think for us, having 5 individual times of prayer a day, I think it really refocuses you.
And lead us not into temptation.
Abbot Thomas says his life has changed in the 42 years of being a monk. He has had many kinds of work, vocation director, retreat director, and currently working with inmates at Bridgewater State Hospital. In August, the formal ritual of the blessing of an abbot was held at the Abbey with Cardinal Sean O'Malley presiding. When young Tommy O'Connor came here to Glastonbury Abbey 42 years ago, he was willing to give it a try. Since that time, he has found it to be a place of peace, prayer, and companionship. It has become his home. Still, Abbot Thomas says he is still in awe of how he was led to where he is now. When asked if he thinks about how his life was changed so radically by a conversation with his guidance counselor, he replies,
"Always." And it's in one sense scary, you know, simply because I look back, I think when I made my silent vows and when I was ordained, like 20 years later, that it was kind of like, what's this all about? You know, and was God's hand in this when Mr. McGurk gave me that card about this Glastonbury Monastery?
Abbot Thomas says he invites all to his beloved monastery. It has been a great place for him, and he wants to share it with others. And at the end of his interview, he also was asked if there was anything else he wanted to say. Yes, he said.
And to all the people in Holyoke, which is a place close to me, to my heart. Thank you, because it was just a great place to grow up in, you know, and especially the Flats. That was a super community. So thank you.
And as Abbott Thomas begins his new role, he knows he will have many challenges. On this beautiful day, though, he is a grateful son of Holyoke who thanks his hometown and his God for a very blessed life. For Real to Real, I'm Peggy Weber.